4th century BC, the heart of ancient Greece. A sick person, having lost all hope in a world unaware of modern medicine, climbs stone steps to reach a temple. This is no ordinary place of worship. This is the sacred sanctuary of Asclepius, the home of the god's physician. In the temple of Asclepius, hope emerged with his serpent-wrapped staff. With his compassion, he took care of the sick. Today, we will trace the story of the serpent-wrapped staff, a symbol of modern medicine and the most mysterious and effective healing cult of the ancient world. Asclepius, an extraordinary journey from legend to science, from the depths of myths to operating rooms. As the temple doors open, sacred silence embraces the patient. The healing journey begins. The deep sound of the bell announces the start of the ritual dedicated to Asclepius. Priest-physicians believed in the guidance of dreams, carefully interpreting the signs of the god. A child is born from the union of Apollo and Coronis, Asclepius, destined for healing. Every great story has a beginning. Asclepius' story begins between love, betrayal, and immortality. As Coronis is given to the flames, Apollo pulls the baby from the fire and saves him. The sparks symbolize the anger of the gods, the breaking point of fate. Chiron teaches Asclepius the language of plants and the secrets of the healing art. Asclepius learns to heal patients with herbs, ointments, and a knife. Zeus' lightning limits the healing that almost brought the dead back to life. An account is demanded before the heavens. A lesson in mortality and measure is given. In the end, a sign remains in the heavens, the constellation of Asclepius, an eternal legacy. Thus, the dead become immortal, and for thousands of years, humanity will speak his name when seeking healing. Myth became reality. The cult of Asclepius was born in the heart of Greece, in Epidaurus, in the 5th century BC. The sick, the suffering, the hopeless, all flocked here. Asclepia. The temples of Asclepius were not just places of worship, but the first true hospitals of the ancient world. When patients came to the temple, they were first cleansed with water, with rituals, then they were put to sacred sleep called abaton. In their dreams, Asclepius would come to them as a vision, as a physician. Sometimes he would bring a snake with him, a symbol of rebirth, of renewal. But in the temples, not only dreams, but also real medical procedures were performed. Priests, who were also physicians, carried out surgical operations, prepared herbal medicines, and recommended diet and exercise. Stone tablets found in Epidaurus tell us incredible stories. The blind began to see. Those who couldn't have children became mothers. The paralyzed began to walk. Healing, placebo effect, or a truly effective treatment system? Today we know that the answer is a combination of all three. The cult spread rapidly. Kos, Pergamon, Athens, Corinth. Asclepia rose up all over Greece. Then it reached Rome. Hundreds of temples were built along the nerves of the empire. Modern archaeology and medical history research reveal how sophisticated the Asclepia were. These temples were in strategically chosen locations, clean air, clean water sources, a healthy climate. The same features we look for in the placement of today's health facilities. The architecture of the Asclepeia was even for treatment theaters. Yes, theaters were part of the treatment. The ancient theater in Epidaurus is famous for its perfect acoustics. Patients would watch plays here, laugh and cry. Catharsis, emotional cleansing, was a central element of the treatment. Gymnasiums and stadiums. The importance of physical therapy and exercise was understood very early on. Patients were encouraged to move and participate in sports to heal their bodies. The medical instruments found are amazing. Surgical knives, forceps, probes, catheters. Some are very similar to the tools used today. Asclepius priests specialized in herbal medicines. Poppy for opium, willow bark as a painkiller, the ancestor of modern aspirin, mustard for drawing out burns. Today much of modern pharmacology is derived from plants used in ancient Asclepeia, but perhaps the most revolutionary were patient records, treatment notes, symptoms, results written on stone tablets. These were the first examples of case tracking and medical documentation. The evidence-based approach, which is the foundation of modern medicine, began right here on these stone tablets. At the peak of the Asclepius cult, a man emerged and changed medicine forever. Hippocrates, born in 460 BC. Hippocrates grew up in the Asclepion on the island of Kos, but he decided to separate religion and science. Hippocrates was the first to systematically argue that diseases were not divine punishments but caused by natural reasons. Observation, experiment, logic. These were his weapons. The Hippocratic Oath. Even today, doctors graduating from medical schools take this oath. And interestingly, the name of Asclepius appears at the beginning of the oath. I swear by Apollo the physician, by Asclepius, Hygeia, and Panacea, and all the gods and goddesses, making them my witnesses. Hippocrates grew up within the Asclepius tradition but went beyond it. He built the bridge between religion and science, myth and reality. He laid the foundations of medical knowledge with the empirical knowledge accumulated in the Asclepius temples. The theory of the four humors, bedside, clinical examination, case tracking, ethical rules. Hippocrates' legacy lives on today. Today, millions of people see the symbol of Asclepius every day, but don't even realize it. The serpent-wrapped staff, a rod of Asclepius, has become the universal symbol of modern medicine. The logo of the World Health Organization, the sides of ambulances, the emblems of medical schools, everywhere. So why the snake? The snake symbolized rebirth in the ancient world. Because it shed its skin, it represented renewal. Real snakes were used in the temples of Asclepius, and patients were allowed to have them crawl on them. The non-venomous Elaphilongissima The Asclepius snake was part of the treatment. Modern science has found a logic in this. Snake venom is used in many medicines today, from heart diseases to cancer treatment. The contributions of the Asclepius tradition to modern medicine are not limited to symbols. A holistic approach, the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Today, the foundation of psychosomatic medicine and holistic health approaches. The relationship between environment and health. Clean air, water, suitable climate, the basic principles of modern public health. Patient-centered care. Seeing the patient not just as a case, but as an individual. Physical therapy and rehabilitation. The therapeutic value of exercise. The placebo effect and the mind-body connection. The healing power of belief. A journey that began 2,500 years ago continues today. It was born from a myth. It grew as a belief. It matured as a science. The Cult of Asclepius was not just an ancient religious movement. It was a concrete expression of humanity's efforts to fight pain, understand disease, and seek healing. Today, when a doctor places a stethoscope on a patient's chest, when a surgeon takes a scalpel in hand, when a researcher discovers a new drug, all of them carry the legacy of the first patient who walked those stone steps, of the first priest-physician in that temple. Asclepius may have died as a god, but he became immortal as an ideal, a hope, and perhaps this is medicine's greatest lesson. Healing begins not just with science, but with hope.